Hey, you. Yeah, you. Don't get distracted by what's going over my shoulder. I'm going to try and make this very short. I'm going to give you edited videos, a really condensed story today. And I have to because it's a lot. Because guess what? My divorce is taking way too long. You probably wondered that about yours. Or you may wonder why your friends or your family members' divorce took so long. Here's a little bit of the inside knowledge if you watch these stories. By the way, thank you for all the subscribers. Thank you for all the likes, the shares, and most importantly, the comments, the feedback. My divorce is over. Remember that. I'm not sad anymore. I'm actually very happy. My life is becoming a great thing. God loves me and he loves you too. So why don't you just tap into the story, learn something, and get to see why my divorce took so long. Guess what? An order of protection got involved against me. Yeah, me. Nothing crazy happened. Well, it did. Watch the video. Tap in. Don't forget to subscribe. I need you to see how this ends.
So great morning, great morning, great morning. Normally I'm doing a lot of other stuff, private stuff, reading, praying, get my mind ready for the day. But today's court day. A father of four who's since separated from his soon-to-be ex. My oldest daughter has left and moved out for reasons I don't know, but I trust God that she's okay. My oldest son, our oldest son, moved out, but he moved in with me, which is a great joy. He moved in on Father's Day. So that leaves two small children, 14 and 5, where matters of child support, which child support is child support. As I always say, there's no arguing child support, just pay it. But also maintenance. There's a belief that I make $1 million when I don't, and that maintenance is to be paid out. And my ex's attorney is trying to do her best to find out if I have money hidden all over the place. Anyway, I'm trusting the best is going to come out of this because the court didn't play a role in you deciding to love each other and commit to each other for the rest of your lives. But the reality is sometimes when things get to be like this, people hide behind lawyers and judges. And this is not me throwing shots at my ex. I really hope the best for her and that she moves on and even probably gets remarried so her bitterness can be redirected in love towards somebody else, because I got to get my life back. I have so many great things ahead of me. And one great person that I'm looking forward to getting to know much better. She's probably watching this now too. Court's about to get started. I'll see you soon. And the best is yet to come.
Pretty cray-cray, huh? If you're going through a divorce, that probably sent shivers down your spine. If you went through one, I bet you remind you of some of the craziness that happened. Or if you went through a divorce and you didn't experience any of this, God bless you, because it's not easy stuff to go through. Now remember, that was only one court day in a week. One court day that week. The next day I had family court. Let's just get right into it. Thanks for sticking around, by the way.
I am in the middle of my own divorce. If you watched the previous video, you got to see one divorce hearing that occurred yesterday that was pretty uneventful, to be honest with you. For some reason, my soon-to-be ex's attorney isn't showing up for hearings. And that only makes me look better, but it delays the process. But today is family court. Why am I going to family court? Because my ex, for her own reasons, chose to create issues and report me to child services. Whereas in 1 month alone, I had 12 meetings with child services. That same month was the month that the family court granted me to stay with the children, or the children stay with me for the entire month. So it sounds like throughout the other 11 months of the year, child services has never been called, with the exception of 1 or 2 times, and the results were always the same. But somehow during the month of August, while I have the children, something's being done to disrupt the potential of me having a great bonding time with all of my children together in my home. Needless to say, child services let me know that each and every allegation was unfounded. They don't see any reason for them being here, but simply because someone makes the call, they still have to come out and disrupt our day. So, being that that didn't work with child services, it seems that they took those same allegations that didn't work with child services and went to family court. Whereas, I'll teach you something, in family court, all you need to do is make a claim. A lot of women who, well, I'll be fair, a lot of people, primarily women, who know the system, know how to take advantage of the system and how to abuse the system, because they know something I'm going to tell you other people that may be hearing it for the first time. All you have to do to go to family court is make a claim, make it sound outrageous as possible, and the family court will very likely give you an order of protection against the other person, whether anything you say could be proven or not. They'd rather cover their behind and do those things, um, such as give an order of protection, than really think about the common sense of the issue. Order protections are necessary. There are crazy people out there that need to be protected from crazy people, because it's not one crazy person. It takes two crazies to tango. But in a case like this, I'm not going to say either person's crazy, but I'm going to say it'll be proven today that it'll be proven eventually that this is another abuse of the system. I was given order protection. Most order protections are straight up just stay away orders, like don't go around this person or else you'll be arrested. This is what's called an incidental. So no incidents can occur. So it says specifically no harassing of my soon-to-be ex, whom I haven't seen in over 2 years, mind you. Haven't even seen her or spoken to her in 2 years. And no harassing of my own children. Okay. It's weird. It's weird, to say the least. So this is something whereas all someone needs to do is claim that I harassed them, and the police will come to arrest me. So it made it hard for me to understand that I shouldn't see my children, because great family and friends, like I said in another video, it's always good to have great people around you that aren't lawyers, that aren't your boyfriend or girlfriend. Those people are very helpful, but it also helps to have people that are not your lawyer, are not your boyfriend, girlfriend. Perhaps even an older person that's probably seen a thing or two in their life. Maybe they've been that woman that's made crazy claims and they realize how stupid that was. So in their older years, they're a bit wiser. Or maybe they're a man that's been put through the same foolishness and they look back and could see things that they would have done differently, and they'll advise you to do things differently. But I had great people that helped me to realize that as hard as it'll be, that I probably wouldn't be able to see my children. So I haven't seen 2 of my small children in 2 months. And it's been hard to get them on the phone for whatever reason. Maybe someone's, whatever reason, they're not picking up the telephone as often as they used to. It became hard to deal with, and sometimes harder than others. But needless to say, there's reason to be, it's possible that if the children were around me and had a fantastic weekend, they go back home to their mother, and she all of a sudden believes there's reason to call the police because the children are harassed. And you would think, well, wouldn't the children just say, Mom, that's not true? Let's be realistic. A lot of children listen to their mothers. A lot of children will not say anything out of fear because they don't know what's going on. And they're kids. They're kids. And also the police tend not to ask a lot of questions to children. If the mother says that they were harassed, they say, where is he? And they'll come arrest him or me. Meanwhile, I have a 16-year-old who lives with me. So I had to choose risking having my children together and having a great weekend, and then the following Monday be arrested. Then my 16-year-old will have to go back to his other parent that he doesn't want to live with, or to simply just sacrifice the visits for a little while, knowing that I have a lifetime of visits to make, to catch up with. So I'm going in. I'll come back afterward. This is a little longer than I would have hoped it would have been. But you can see I'm thinking about it. I'm going to pray. God's in control, but I'm going to pray for patience and peace in my spirit while I go through what is clearly an unnecessary session. Today's a great day. Okay. That was quick. Well, I actually waited about 35 minutes to be seen for about 5 minutes. I informed the family court judge that I was being represented by an attorney who couldn't appear today, but I still had a few things to say. He didn't even let me say it. He just went right ahead and dismissed the entire order of protection. Praise the Lord. He dismissed the entire order of protection. P.S. The person who filed the order of protection didn't even show up. Yeah. The person who filed it didn't even show up. Life should be, even the difficult things should be a little bit easier than this. All right, so maybe is there a lesson learned? A lesson learned is to be accountable and be responsible without fear. Be accountable for your actions. Even if you're innocent, you still have to be accountable for being innocent, speaking innocent, carrying an innocent spirit. Be responsible. Be responsible for, even if you didn't get yourself into this situation, you're still responsible for the outcome. And that's, if you want things to be better, if that's the outcome you want, you're responsible for pursuing it. And last, be balanced, be measured. Some people go into court full of emotion. They want to express their rights and they want to be heard by the judge. And if the judge hears this, then they don't know what to do. No, let me be very clear. Court is not about the truth. It's about who has the best argument and who has the best defense. In a perfect world, the truth should play a role, and I'm not telling you to lie. But remember, it's about the argument and the defense. Neither one of those things have anything to do with your emotions or my emotions. It has to do with the fact of what you're trying to accomplish and how you can draw a story that will convince the authority, aka the judge, to consider and say, they have a point there. You know what? I was going to go this way against them. But after they made that convincing argument, I'm considering going this way to their favor. Keep that in mind. Now we're back to divorce. Back to Supreme Court. I don't have to do it family court anymore. Back to Supreme Court. Where this divorce will be wrapped up with soon. Guess I'll see you in the next video. As you can see, I'm still bugging out about how fast that was. What a poor use of time. But I had to be responsible, show up, and thank God the order was dismissed or vacated.